Hey y'all, this is Corey with Everyday Man, doing everyday reviews for everyday people. And today we're gonna be installing a 22-inch rough country light bar into the bumper of this 2500 Ram. So y'all stick with me. We'll get to it right after this. We got everything on the tailgate ready to go, and what we got is the Black Series Rough Country 20-inch dual roll Cree LED light bar. I was looking for something a little better quality than the lights that I put on my Can-Am. I usually just use the cheap Chinese lights, which this is a cheap Chinese light, but hopefully it's built to a little better specs because of rough country. We'll see. I also have the mounts that'll go on the tow hooks. Now these aren't the rough country mounts. Originally I wasn't gonna do the rough country light, so I was kind of piecemealing stuff together, and these are some mounts that I bought off of Amazon, and we'll see how good they work. In fact, I'll have the link to everything on Amazon. And I also bought this relay kit, a remote control relay kit. I didn't want to have to worry about cutting holes on my dashboard, and this Ram, this Laramie, doesn't have the auxiliary switches. So what I bought was a relay that'll work off of remote control. So that way I can turn them on and off from inside or outside the truck, and I won't have to drill any holes in the dashboard. So let's open up the light and see what we think. Okay, we have some hardware. Yep, we're gonna have some mounting hardware. We have the wiring harness. Now, I can tell you already that this harness is better than what normally comes with these Chinese lights. This is a little heavier, but the switch is pretty much the same thing you would find on any of these cheap lights. Which, like I said, I don't believe we'll be using that switch. The wiring comes in a nice sheath, so it is definitely nicer than something you would get for $20 on Amazon. And then we have the light, the Black Series light. Now it comes with a nice cover to keep it protected. And I know in some states you have to keep your off-road lights covered, so that would work fine for that. And here's the LED itself. Like I said, once again, it has a very nice heavy-duty plug on it. I really like that. And honestly, I think it's really just got a good look to it. The Black Series, I like the black. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and bring this around to the front of the truck, and we'll take some tow hooks off, and we'll get this mounted up and see if we can get this relay wired in to the light relay and get everything working. All right. First thing we're gonna try and do is take off these tow hooks. So we got the impact out, and we're gonna see if these will come off. And apparently they are through bolted. So this is not going to be an easy task. All right, let's see if we can get them off. All right, I got it. All right, now that we've gone through that misery, let's try and get this light bar adjusted as straight as we can. This side needs to come back a little bit. Oh. Not quite that far. So this should be pretty easy to judge. You can judge it the distance off of your bumper. See how straight it is. And this looks pretty good. I think I want to angle it down a little bit though. Just a little. No, I'm gonna leave it right there. We'll see how that looks later. All right. So, whew, the light bar is mounted. These tow hooks are no fun to get on and off, I'll tell you that. You got to have some little skinny hands or something. So let's get the wiring harness, open this hood up and get up top and take a look what we got. As I was saying before, this rough country light does come with a much better wiring harness than your average typical Chinese LED lights. It all shrink wrap rather well. Now what I did, and I just have some temporary wiring here just to make sure it works. This is the remote control relay that I'm using instead of the switch. So I actually cut the switch off and wired the relay in there. Now, I didn't have any small terminals, just some little bitty wires on here. So I just use butt splices and just kind of use them as a wire nut basically that crimps. But we're gonna see if this works. So all we're gonna need to do, we need to pass the plug-in down towards the light. And let's plug in that light. Okay. It's a very nice plug. It makes a very good connection on there. Now after that, we're simply going to wire up the positive and the negative. And the fuse should be in the fuse holder already, which it is. It's got a 30 amp fuse. It's probably a bit of overkill. And then we can see if this wireless relay is going to work. See if I got it wired up correctly, which I should. All right, this is it. So I just had the switch wired up backwards. From the switch from rough country to black is ground. The white is going to the switch hot and the blue is coming back. So we just simply wired this up instead of the switch. Now let's check it out. So now we can turn this light on and off inside the truck, outside the truck, or whatever. The relay came with 2 key fobs, and I'm sure I'll just keep one on the dashboard and I may keep one on my key ring. But, oh, that sucker's bright. So this is gonna work out pretty good. So I'm gonna get this wiring cleaned up. I'm gonna get this relay mounted, both of them, the rough country one and the wireless one. And when it gets darker this evening, we'll go take a ride down the road and we'll see how bright this rough country is. So all in all, these tow hooks are a pain. No doubt they're a pain. The light seems fairly nice and hopefully it's bright. The wiring is definitely nice. And I think this wireless relay is really gonna be pretty cool for it. I don't have to have that cheesy looking Chinese button on the inside of my truck, nor do I have to drill any holes or anything. So I think we'll be good there. So let's wait till it gets dark and check it out. let's take a look at this rough country 22-inch light bar at night. So I'm parked about 100, maybe 130 yards from a tree line, and this is my low beams on my truck, and this is the light bar. It is significantly brighter. Now, the beam pattern is very good. It's very bright right in front of my truck. We'll turn it off. Now, off to the side, I think my low beams actually have a better output to the side. And we're gonna turn on the brights. Now, with the brights on, we can see the tree line. And with the light bar, it is just significantly brighter. In fact, with the light bar, I would say off to the side, I've probably got more light with the light bar. So it is a definite improvement over the Ram halogens, no doubt. Now let's get outside and take a look at it. So here's my truck out in the field with the low beams and the fog lights on. And we can see what it looks like. And this is obviously one of my favorite features, is the wireless capability of it. So let's back off a little bit, look at the truck. So there it is. And we'll turn on the LED light. So this rough country 22-inch bar is quite bright. And this wireless relay is working very well. Let's see if y'all can see me. So y'all, like I said before, I'm gonna have a link in the description to everything I've showed you. It works really well on the truck. I'm happy with it. We'll see how long this light bar holds up. And until next time, I'll see y'all on Everyday Man.